In the early 17th century, Europe was tense and divided, fear and mistrust filled. Every city, town, and village merchants, farmers, and nobles all felt the weight of uncertainty. As rumors of war spread across the continent, whispers of conflict traveled quickly, and even in quiet villages, people spoke in hushed tones about the coming danger streets were. Uneasy markets felt empty as merchants worried about trade and families feared the storms ahead, while nobles and kings prepared armies. In strengthened alliances, tension was palpable each day. Brought news of skirmishes, rebellions, or plots, and people sensed Europe was on the brink of a conflict that would change everything. A storm was forming, a war so powerful it would burn towns, shatter kingdoms, and scar the continent for 30 long years. Every corner held whispers of fear and uncertainty. As the drums of war grew louder, religion divided Europe. Catholics and Protestants viewed each other with suspicion. Churches were no longer just places of worship, but symbols of power, loyalty, and control behind these walls. Kings, emperors, and noble families maneuvered carefully, plotting alliances, securing borders, and preparing armies. At the center, the Holy Roman Empire ruled by the Catholic Habsburgs sought to suppress Protestant uprisings and assert dominance across the territories in Bohemia. Protestant nobles grew frustrated and angry as their voices were ignored. Pressures of imperial control fueled their desire to resist and defend faith and freedom. In 1618, inside Prague castle, officials were thrown from a high window, sparking a revolt remembered as the Defenestration of Prague. The act ignited a fire that spread beyond Bohemia, drawing neighboring states into conflict. Armies marched, cannons roared, villages burned, leaving devastation. Catholic forces advanced with ruthless precision at the Battle of White Mountain. Protestant armies were crushed. Bohemia fell, leaders were executed, families scattered, and thousands fled. Denmark entered, hoping to defend Protestant lands. Yet its armies were defeated, showing the far-reaching power of the Habsburgs. Europe paused briefly, longing for peace. But stability never reached. Battlefields where soldiers clashed and civilians suffered. Sweden entered under King Gustavus Adolphus, a brilliant commander whose disciplined troops brought hope and victories. Battles raged across Germany. Towns were destroyed. Fields burned, famine and disease spread. Civilians endured immense suffering. Gustavus Adolphus won great victories, but at the Battle of Lutzen, he fell shocking. Europe, while the war continued, Catholic France joined, not for religion but political advantage, turning the conflict into a continent-wide struggle. Germany became devastated. Armies survived by looting civilians, stealing food, destroying homes. Hunger and plague spread, leaving millions dead. Children grew up among ruins. Orphans wandered. Empty streets, communities disappeared. Towns abandoned and fields fallow. Soldiers grew weary. Economies collapsed. Even kings longed for an end. Diplomats arrived in guarded cities, negotiating treaties, while leaders debated inside halls. Candlelight reflecting anxious faces, maps showed borders slowly changing, old powers fading, new nations emerging. Silent battlefields displayed rusting weapons, broken shields, and abandoned helmets. Nature slowly reclaimed the land-wide. Aerial views captured Germany, broken, yet hints of recovery appeared as towns rebuilt and fields returned to cultivation. Sunlight revealed life returning as Europe healed. Survivors rebuilt homes, communities, and lives amidst memories of destruction. Borders were redrawn. Rulers gained the right to choose. Religion marking a new beginning, shaping modern Europe. The Holy Roman Empire lost power. France rose stronger. Germany remained fragmented, weakened, and scarred. There were no true winners, only survivors standing among ruins, reflecting on devastation. Loss and suffering over 30 long years. As smoke cleared, Europe learned lessons about dangers of intolerance, unchecked ambition, and human cost of war. Cities slowly recovered. Fields yielded harvests. Again, arts, culture, and diplomacy flourished, reminding Europe of life. Almost lost survivors passed stories of bravery, despair, and endurance, ensuring lessons of the 30 years. War would never be forgotten. 30 years of relentless fighting left deep scars, shaping Europe politically, socially, and economically for centuries to come. And as the sun rose over war-torn lands, Europe began slow recovery, yet echoes of the 30 years. War remained in every ruined city, abandoned village, and every heart that survived. Fields slowly returned. Towns buzzed with trade markets reopened. Children cautiously played among ruins. Leaders rebuilt alliances, reshaped politics, and stabilized borders. Understanding peace was fragile and hard-won. The war's lessons lingered, reminding Europe ambition and faith unchecked could destroy even the strongest nations. Art and culture revived. Painting, music, and literature reflected resilience and sorrow of a continent that endured decades of war. Europe moved forward carrying scars while slowly forging a path toward stability, prosperity, and new political structures. And as the sun set over Europe, memories of destruction, survival, and resilience became history, a reminder that when faith and power collide, humanity always pays the highest price, and lessons of the 30 Years' War would echo across generations.